Elder Pitch Football, we just witnessed Tottenham's 1-0 defeat to Brighton. Give me your instant reaction to the game, fella.
I think Antonio Conte knows what he's doing and what the club are at. I think the Tottenham players don't trust Emerson Royale. I think if you look at Brighton today, they covered the left-hand side and the middle. The Tottenham players didn't really want to give him the ball, so that means one side for Brighton is fine. He's not good enough. I also think, to bring on, all due respect to every player, but to bring on Harry Winks, I love Harry Winks, I think he's a great, intelligent footballer, but to bring him on when you're chasing a game and take off Bentancur, I think it just, I love Lucas Moura, I love him to pieces, he's a great family club man, and he did change the game, but I think to bring on Harry Winks when you're chasing for Bentancur, it doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me. And I think today, from the off, I don't know what the warm-ups were like, but I think from the off, Brighton deserved 3 points.
Were Brighton exceptionally good? Were Tottenham exceptionally bad today, in your opinion?
I'm a football man, so, best team always wins. Brighton are a very, very good footballing side. Tottenham today didn't show up from the first minute. I personally think, didn't deserve a point today. I think Brighton got exactly what they deserved. I know people they might say, the referee this, the referee that, the Brighton players this, the Brighton players that. There's 90 minutes, there was 97 minutes in the football game today with added time, and Tottenham 5 shots and not one on target at home against Brighton, and you want Champions League. That's not good enough.
Is it the consistency you're worried about for Tottenham? They've played some brilliant stuff over the last few weeks, and now you seem to have thrown it away with a home defeat to Brighton. Yeah,
like I say, I'm a football man. Like Paul Merson the other day, turned around. I'll probably get hammered for it because I'm a Spurs man. Hate Paul Merson, but he knows football. And he said the other day, Spurs still have something Spursy in them. Admit to me now, is he wrong? Is he wrong? Do you know what I mean? Is what he said right? Yes, because look at what's happened today.
When I say the word Spursy to you, what goes through your mind?
It just means that, when things are in our hands, we bottle it. And for some unknown reason, don't know what it is, we can't see teams through. You look at Man City, Liverpool, even Chelsea last week beating Southampton 6-0. We lost to Southampton at home and away. We're not going. How can you get Champions League football like that? How are you going to compete for titles like that? The players have to, the board have to look at that, and they have to think, we have to back Conte. If you back Conte, you'll win things. You have to back him. You brought in Kulusevski, Bentancur, brilliant players. You brought them in, changed the team. You need more of that, because you can't bring on players like Harry Winks or, Steven Bergwijn. He's come on and done a few things. He had a chance at the end there when we 1-0 down, bluffed it. Have a bit of composure about yourself. You're on $100,000 a week. I can do that on a Saturday league. And I paid to play football.
Let's talk about Harry Kane. Will he or won't he stay? Will he be a Tottenham Hotspur player next season? And have you lost the passion for Harry Kane a little bit?
Start of season, lost the passion for him. I did, because I thought the way, obviously, I was one of those. At the end of last season, I thought he wanted to leave. I did think he would go. He stayed. Brilliant for us. He's a fantastic player. In my eyes, I think he's up there with the best. I really do think he's one of the best strikers in the world. I think he's also got a pass in him as good as De Bruyne. So my love for him hasn't gone. I think the guy deserves trophies. But I do believe what Steven Gerrard said is, if he wins a trophy here, I think that'll mean more to him. My passion for him has not gone at all. I think he's brilliant, but today he just wasn't in the game. And I don't know if that's because of service around him, or if that's just because the whole team didn't show up. But I know one player showed up today for me in the whole Spurs side.
Who was that?
Højbjerg. Højbjerg today was, if we had 4 of him out there, we probably would have got a point or 3. But unfortunately, we only have 1. So, but Harry Kane, for me, he's in my generation the best striker we've had, and I do believe he's one of the best in the world, and to have him at this club is absolutely phenomenal.
Invasion of the Seagulls. Invasion of the Seagulls. Just don't shit on anyone. Right, let's talk a little bit instantly about the defeat to Brighton today. Hard for you to take?
Really, really hard, yeah. Especially, it's just typical though. Every time we've got an opportunity to gain gap on Arsenal, we seem to blow it every time. It's just really disappointing.
Real Spursy performance today.
Completely, yeah. That's the definition of Spursy today.
Where's it going wrong? You seem to be picking up some great momentum, doing brilliant. What's happened today?
Just a really flat performance. Kane, I don't know, he was just hobbling around all day. He wasn't dropping deep. I think we were outcrowded in midfield. I think Potter set Brighton up to defend deep and just hoped they'd nick it, and they did exactly that. They were time wasting all the time, rolling over. The slightest touch, they were on the floor. I thought Mwepu should have been sent off. He'd already been booked and then kicked the player in the face and then did another foul, but just flat. Just the whole game was flat.
Is it a worry for yourself with Conte and no doubt the interest from other teams that the project is got enough of facets about it to be successful?
I do love the project, yeah, but I'm worried that if Levy doesn't back him in the summer, that's him gone, Kane gone. That's probably all the Spurs fans' concerns, really, is that if he's not backed, he'll be off. He doesn't hang around anyway, does he? So if there's no money and then we fall short of Champions League, it could be it.
Now, let's speak a little bit about the Champions League. 2 points above Arsenal, who've got 2 games in hand with the Arsenal game to come. Is it a big worry for yourself as a Spurs fan?
Well, it makes the game against Arsenal even more crucial now. Having just the one game in hand, even if they'd won it, we'd still beat them at our ground. But now they've got that extra game in hand now, and they'll probably go on and win today just to make my Easter even worse, to be honest.
What would it mean to you if you are successful in the North London derby, beating Arsenal and securing that 4th spot?
No, it'd be amazing. It would shut up all my Arsenal friends anyway. Means I can go on Facebook.
Is it difficult being a Spurs fan?
It is, yeah. It really is. You sort of build your hopes up and then it all falls apart. Yeah, and it's gutting at times.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on Harry Kane? Will he be a Tottenham player next season?
I think it all depends if we get Champions League. I really think if we fall short, it'll go. And then I think Conte will go as well. That's the concern. Yeah. But I think if we secure Champions League, Kane will believe Conte's project, they'll both stay, and then we can build on from there. So it's vital that we get top 4.
Any other club in the position that you're in would probably be a lot more confident. But as a Spurs fan with the history...
Yeah, been there, done it, seen it. So you're sort of setting yourself up for the disaster. Yeah.
Fully relatable.
Yeah.
Fully relatable.
Yeah.
Credit to Brighton and Graham Potter today, or do you think it just wasn't Spurs' day?
It wasn't our day, but I think Potter set up his team perfectly. But I didn't like all their antics of dropping every 5 seconds, wasting time. It just disrupted our flow, and we never got into any kind of rhythm. So yeah, it was good on his part, but I think the ref could have been a bit stronger in the game.
Pitch football, instant reaction to Spurs' 1-0 defeat to Brighton.
Bollocks. Load of fucking bollocks. Fucking hell. Fuck it. On the plus side, at least they beat Arsenal, that's a good thing. But still, they just dived all the time. No shots on target, no nothing like that. I just felt like a proper load of bollocks, like a load of shit.
Is it hard for you to take a defeat to Brighton when you in your words, you should be winning these games?
To be honest, it's kind of difficult, really. I mean, on the plus side, we did beat Brighton this season. The FA Cup knocked them out, but at least they beat Arsenal makes us fair to Arsenal. I mean, all we care about is just being above Arsenal, and that's it. 2
points above Arsenal, who do have 2 games in hand. Is that a concern for yourself?
Well, that will actually be pretty much really nice. I have a feeling that, in May or so, it's going to be amazing, but it's Brighton match. Fucking hell! Oh, fuck off. Sorry. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
You got Brentford next week. Are you confident they can turn this around and get 3 points?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fucking hell, yeah. Yeah, I can see Brentford. Yeah, they're fucking dead. Like that. But yeah, I feel like Brentford won't be like... I mean, don't say it completely because you don't really know. I mean, look at what they done to Arsenal at the start of the season. But Brentford, I mean, they can still be a bit of a competition. But, they are a little bit of a small club. But don't underestimate them.
Pitch football just witnessed Tottenham's 1-0 defeat to Brighton. Give me your instant reaction to the game, fella. What's gone wrong?
I wouldn't say anything went wrong with our team. I'd say things went wrong with the refereeing. I think it was just appalling. There was no flow in that game. I think it was just a scramble. It was not the team I've recognised from the last 3-4 weeks. It was just disappointing to see. But also the fact that when people are getting, apparently being fouled when it's not though, and getting all these dodgy plays from it, and the refs think it's fine. I don't see with it. They just stand there and go, okay, walk off. If this was any other team they were playing against, they get it all in their favour. But no one will talk about Tottenham because we're the most hated club by all the media, all this and that. I don't get it.
When I say to the word Spursy, what goes through your mind?
Well, I say it myself. I mean, when people like Arsenal fans say it does, or any rival, it does piss me off. Because I'll admit, yes, it's taking the piss out of our club, but we were playing Spursy football. There was no communication. We weren't playing the right balls in. We weren't doing anything right. It was just a shamble. And from the last 4 or 5 weeks of performances that we have played, it's just not Tottenham. It's Spursy, and I don't want to go back to all this. We've had so much passion and desire as fans, and watch our team grow, and I just think why let this slip up? It's a beautiful start of summer's day. All the fans have come out, as you can see, kids, young ones as well, and I thought, okay, let's go and put on a show. We were doing so well, and then this just happens like that, and it's Spursy. That is the word.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Brighton today. Were they exceptionally good, or were Tottenham exceptionally bad in your opinion?
I would say no one was good, no one was bad. It was a shit game of football. That was how it was. You would get a better thing in non-league if you go down a Hackney down the corner. It was terrible. It was just the referee in the middle saying, yeah, there you go, you've gone down, all right, have a free kick. They wouldn't have scored that if their player didn't go down like a ton of bloody bricks.
Are you worried that Tottenham could bottle it? 2 points above Arsenal, do have the 2 games in hand. Is it a concern for yourself?
I'm not going to be concerned about it at the minute. What's the point in over-worrying every factor?
You know me!
Boys, that was terrible today, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad. Bad.
Keep the good energy going. But no, it was just terrible. Brighton were, okay, fair enough, good on the ball, showed very good stamina. We were marking people in the wrong places and just couldn't do anything. I think I'm not going to worry about this top 4 nonsense at the minute. I'll be happy with any form of European football. It's just, we've come so far, why fall at the last hurdle?
It's going to be an interesting last 6 games of the season. 4 games in 6 games, yeah. So let's see how it unfolds, and thank you very much for your time today.
No problem. Like I say, it's going to be the 12th of May which will decide it. That is the biggest game left of this Premier League season.
Is that the Arsenal-Tottenham game?
It's the Arsenal game indeed. Then we'll see who's the fucking best team in North London and in the country.
Tell them.
12th of May, we're coming for you. Just because you've had a few little bumpy runs and you think you're going to get top 4, you're not. Because we're the Tottenham and we are the best. We are the Tottenham, so fuck all the rest.
Elder Pitch Football just witnessed Tottenham's 1-0 defeat to Brighton at home. Fellas, can you give me your instant reaction to the game? Where did it go wrong?
Well, from the first half performance, I knew that we're going to be clutching at straws in the second half. Obviously, getting a loss at the end of it is just typical Tottenham, really. The best case scenario we could actually be prepared for was a draw, and then typical us, we actually looked like we might get a draw out of it, but then in the 90th minute, Brighton get their goal that they pretty much deserve because we didn't actually create anything today.
Spursy result. Spursy result is what it is. Yeah, that's the only way you can describe it. After the first half, I thought it was going to be a reflection of the Villa, where it was a bit of a poor first half, but not too worried. And I thought we were going to come out. I thought after half-time 2-0.
Where does this Spursy saying come from? Where's this generated?
It's generalised on social media, but it's a fact of, like, I wouldn't say bottling it, but it's just the fact of bottling it. Yeah, bottling it.
The term doesn't come around for a random reason. It comes around because this is unfortunately what we do. Like we give our fans a bit of hope for the fact that we can put 5 past Everton, 4 past Leeds, 5 past Newcastle again, and then 4 Villa, and then come and do that. Brighton at home, have a good streak of form, and then we literally just throw it up in the air. Like, I'm tired of it, honestly.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the race for top 4. North London rivals Arsenal now seem to be in prominent position. They've got 2 games in hand, just a 1 point behind, or maybe 2 points behind. I have to double check that. Let's talk about that North London derby and the importance of it as a Spurs fan.
Well, to be fair, the one thing about that game is that games like this don't actually mean anything to the context of that. It is a coin toss fixture, whether or not we lost or won here today. What happens on the North London derby day is very independent to just the fixture. Like the derby, anything can happen. They are in probably the better position right now. We do still have the easiest fixture on our side, but this was one of them, and we've shown that we can't necessarily win those when they matter. So I don't think there's actually a reason to categorise games as easy or hard. It's just about getting the job done when we need to. They are playing Southampton today. Again, we can't really.
They'll get points.
They probably will. even at this stage, to get a draw, that's still one more than us today. So we'll actually see how it goes.
Brentford next week, you've got Liverpool coming up, Arsenal coming up, some big games for Tottenham still left to play.
Absolutely, absolutely. As I said, there's not actually a difference between easy or hard fixtures anymore. I feel like before today, when we were on a bit of form, we were saying that Arsenal had the harder fixtures and we had the easier ones, but today has proved that there's literally nothing such as an easy or hard fixture. It's just about getting the job done, regardless of who your opponent is, you know what I mean?
Love that. I know it's a difficult thing for you boys to take today, with the form you've been playing on as well. Typical Spurs performance tonight.
Yeah, no, honestly, I can't actually pick out a bad performer. I think it's just a team collective bad performance.
I can speak about performance. From the fullbacks, I've noticed Kane today was more forward when usually he's dropping back. He's dropping a bit more deep, and Son was a bit more wider. I feel like that's what Conte said in his midweek preference. He wanted to see Kane playing more as a 9.
So higher up the pitch rather than coming so deep.
Yeah, but the thing is, why would... Okay, he wants to score goals, he wants to be that kind of player, but at the end of the day, why would you change what works? At the end of the day, he didn't score a goal. Lloris had a 10 out of 10 performance and Son scored a hat-trick, and people were still saying Kane for man of the match against Villa. He was playing as a centre midfielder. He's ridiculous. One of the best players in the Premier League, if not the. And I don't know why, after the first half performance, he didn't say, right, back to basics, drop deep, Son off. There you go. Maybe points.
It's getting a bit, it's getting leggy vibes from us, to be fair. Son was doing a lot of false running today, not necessarily giving us an option. There wasn't necessarily the long pass on, as we have seen in previous games. So it's a bit like another headache, really, because that's pretty much our best weapon in terms of exploit. The Kane dropping deep, Son or Kulusevski finding a bit of space in the attacking areas to run in behind, but we didn't actually have any joy today at all. I didn't see one successful.
Kulusevski was dry today.
Absolutely. Hence the early substitution in the second half. So,
and that's the difference with the lack of the squad depth. When you compare City and Liverpool, is that you could give Kulusevski against Brighton at home. Your top players, you can afford to. Liverpool can afford to not start Firmino. City can afford to not start Sterling, and they can bring them on. Whereas Spurs, it's who can we bring off the bench? Okay, Bergwijn's good, but has he got the impact that these other top competitors have got? And that's the difference between us and the top clubs at the moment.
I do feel like obviously bringing on Bergwijn in the 87th doesn't necessarily help anyone at all. But
89, too late.
Exactly, it's just too late. He's lucky to get a touch of the ball, let alone make a difference.
Okay.
Precisely. I feel like Kulusevski came off maybe the 60th minute today. Bergwijn, he has obviously done a lot of off the bench impact in the previous games, but still, we're really clutching at straws again if we think we can just come off the bench in the 88th minute and actually cause an upset in a game that we weren't creating anything in the first place. So yeah, we just have to see how the remainder fixture goes. We've got 6 games left, is it?
6 games left.
6 games left, yeah.
Arsenal 7 though, that's the scary 8. 8, yeah.
Arsenal got 8 because they got Southampton today.
Okay, after today, 7 but...
Held a pitch football, we just witnessed the Seagulls 1-0 win over Tottenham. With me I've got some ecstatic Brighton fans. Fellas, give me your instant reaction to the game. How do we assess that?
Well, it wasn't a whitewash, but on balance, we totally deserved it. We're not overly smug, a little bit smug. Obviously, Tottenham turned us over at home, so it's nice to get one back, but now on balance, totally us.
Rightly so. You come to Tottenham, big game for Brighton. You've come away with 3 points. Credit to Brighton and Graham Potter for the tactics.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, it wasn't all guns blazing from the start, but certainly sort of 2/3 through the second half, came on song. And nothing to complain about at all.
Tottenham fans quite angry and disappointed with the tactics employed by Brighton today. What's your response to that, to the fouling and maybe going down a little bit easy?
Nah, not at all. The game's all about glory, isn't it? And we've got the glory, not Tottenham. It's their slogan, not ours.
Let's talk a little bit about Graham Potter. He seems to be very underrated. How do you appreciate the job yourself he's been doing at Brighton?
I think he's like a steady Eddie, but everything's pointing in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? He's just he's not a worldie, but I think in general, as a Brighton fan, I'm very, very happy. Very happy.
He's understated, consistent. All right, he's not glitz and glam, but consistency wins, right? He's there, keeps plugging away. That's what it's all about. 100%. Just a little bit, doesn't get down and out when obviously we had a bad run, but sticks to his game plan, keeps going. And now 2 on the trot. It's all good. 2 big names. 2 games away, like 2 wins.
Now, you know yourself, the Premier League's such a hard league to be successful and elevate to that next level. Do you think Graham Potter's the man to take Brighton to that next level, potentially?
Yeah, completely. He'll get them there for sure. What happens beyond that, I don't want to call it, but for sure he'll get them there.
Love that. Must be a great day to be a Brighton fan.
Yeah, it's, away, a couple of beers, back down to the sea. It's all good. A few more beers down by the sea.
Now, I cover a lot of Crystal Palace games, as in London. Strangest rivalry I've ever come across is the Eagles and the Seagulls. Well, I've got you fellas here. Can you explain to me where this rivalry comes from?
Yeah, it makes no tangible sense, does it? But it's all to do with some loose change, so I'm told. I've heard the story a few times. That's all you're worth, being thrown down on the sideline. But that's where it's all about, and just kept it going. But for me personally, I'm not going to say it's silly. It's a bit of fun, but that's where it should stop. There's no more than that,
Yeah. You have got some real rivalries logistically. I know they're Crystal Palace, Brighton, probably 50 minutes, an hour on a good day. So is that what it is? Do you think it's just they're closest next to each other, and we're both having birds nicknames?
I think it's just a rivalry for the sake of it. There is no other team like in and around Brighton way, so that's the next best rivalry we got. Like, hey, let's just keep something going.
They're quite evenly matched in terms of league form and where they are.
Yeah, at least now, yeah, definitely. That is like the next. You just want to get one over on them, yeah, completely. It is. Yeah, I do like it. As I say, it means nothing to me really, but it's a bit of fun. Leave it at that.
Love that. The Eagles and the Seagulls. Who would have thought it? Pitch Football just witnessed Tottenham's 1-0 defeat to Brighton. Give me your instant reaction assessment of the game.
I thought Tottenham was poor. I thought Brighton was poor. It's just everything's poor.
I love your honesty and I love your authenticity.
Yeah, in the end, I honestly think I don't think we have the shot in the game. Brighton didn't have much either, but they managed to get it in the end. But I think it's so poor from Tottenham.
Would you describe today's performance as Spursy?
It's 1 out of 10. It's the baddest I've seen ever. Yeah, but no, not ever. But it's bad. I don't think we deserve to win the game. Maybe we could get a draw, but when they scored, I just, one of those days, fuck off. Life's a bitch.
Top 4 race gets a lot more interesting with this result today. Drop points against Brighton. Are you confident you can beat Arsenal in the race for top 4?
No, I'm not. I think. Yeah, they say Arsenal have the toughest game, and they have Liverpool and they have Chelsea, but we don't even beat Brighton. What? Yeah, but that's what they say. Yeah, Tottenham had the easiest game, and we go home to Brighton. What the fuck happened here? It's so fucking bullshit. We're gonna lose at least 3 games until the season.
6 games left, so you reckon Tottenham could lose 50% of them games?
Yeah, Liverpool, it's a loss.
What about Brentford next week?
Maybe a draw. We should win, of course, but yeah, yeah. But it doesn't hold, we're gonna lose to Liverpool, and we're gonna lose at least 1 game more.
What about the Arsenal game? What about the Arsenal game? Give me a prediction.
We're not gonna lose, I think. But I think Arsenal is gonna make it to a draw, maybe.
Pitch Football, we just witnessed Brighton's 1-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur. Give me your instant reaction to the game.
Shocking from Spurs.
Really?
Awful. No attack. No creativity from Spurs. Nothing. No attacking midfielder. Massively lacked from Spurs today. There's I don't know if there was a shot on target, was there?
Not at
From
all.
the boys?
It was
Nothing.
no intensity, no pressing.
Nothing.
Let Brighton come to
let
them.
Brighton come at us. So I mean, every second of the game, there's nothing from Spurs today. Shocking. Appalling.
Would you describe this performance as Spursy?
Massively Spursy. Wasn't it? Was it massively Spursy?
I hate that
Last
saying,
time you
but it
came,
is.
5-0, wasn't it? Spurs?
You can't
Dribs and
get away
drabs
from it.
Spurs.
There
There was no intensity.
It makes me feel weird saying it, but no, it It was quite Spursy. But we need it.
Spursy. I might get a Spurs shirt with Spursy on the back. 0-0 Spursy.
Now, Spurs are 2 points ahead of arch rivals Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal got 2 games in hand. Concern for the race for top 4, sir?
Yes. Yeah, I think unfortunately Arsenal have got a better running. I don't know if they've got a better running, but they look better in attack than Spurs. Spurs look shocking today. There was nothing. There was nothing in attack. Did Kane get hold of the ball at all? There was one shot first 3 minutes. Nothing after that. Shocking. Yeah, I would be concerned for Spurs. Yeah.
Does that make the North London derby that much more important this season?
Yes, of course it does. It's always important, isn't it? But I think it's going to be very, very, very tight run. I reckon.
I'll make you right.
Yeah.
Come on, Liverpool. Come on,
Liverpool. And Liverpool. Come on, Liverpool.
Pitch football. We just witnessed Tottenham's 1-0 defeat to Brighton. Give me your instant reaction to the game, mate.
A bit speechless, to be fair. We were Brighton were all over us. They got the balls. We were second men to everything. There was no attack, no passion at all from the players. I don't think. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm upset, to be honest. Yeah, really am really upset with that result. I mean, I think we've all gotten too overexcited about top 4, and then classic us, we've bottled it again. And then Arsenal will win it. Arsenal will win probably today, and then it throws everything back into puts the spanner in the works. But yeah, it was shit. It was shit.
One sec, mate. When I say to you the word Spursy, what goes through your mind?
A bottle. Spurs. That's it. It's always anything good happens. It always Spursy. We'll always bottle it. And it's just so disappointing. You're paying 60 quid however much to watch that every week. You get up out of bed to watch that. It's just there's no passion. You're that close to the end. That close. You're playing against a relatively okay-ish side, but you should be winning these games. Not putting in performances against Man City, Liverpool. It's not good enough if you're not going to win against teams like that. They're the games you need to win. And I don't know. It's just I'm speechless about it still.
Do you think this makes the Arsenal-Tottenham game or Tottenham-Arsenal game much more important now?
Oh yeah, God, yeah, it does. It's going to be. I think that will be make or break. Really, I mean, it's difficult enough as it is already. Now we could have got to that game without having to worry too much. We could. Well, okay, we have to win the rest of our games, but now it's making that's going to be a lot bigger, a bigger game. But it's got to the point now where it's just. Yeah, it's every game you need to win now. We've made it hard, We've got Liverpool coming up as well at Anfield, and that, doubt we're going to get a result from that. And then
Brentford next week as well. On this consistency thing is somewhere you've got really a must-win game.
Yeah, we need to win. We need to win against Brentford, but Brentford are unstoppable at the moment. They've got Eriksen back as well, and he'll probably do them a favour. But it is really now make or break at the end of the season. That's how many games we've got? 6 games left.
6 games left.
And we're going to have to win them all. We have to win them all. But 18 points needed.
Yeah. 2 points above Arsenal, who do have 2 games in hand. Are you confident Spurs can maintain position for that Champions League spot?
Well, performances like that, no. But I think, the boys will get a kick up the arse, straight after the game today. And hopefully, we'll see how it goes against Brentford, and then we'll pick up consistency. This is the main thing about us is we just lose consistency all the time. All the time we lose consistency. We can never get a good form going. And Kane was just off his game today. Sonny was off his game. Everyone just looked tired. And putting subs on like I know Stevie and Lucas at 75, 80 minutes is not going to do much. It was blatantly obvious from the start of the game. It was going to be. I was sat in the south stand. I watched the first 45 minutes of us pretty much passing the ball around in our own box, and we just weren't doing anything. Second half starts and shock, we're actually playing football, but it's not good enough. And then they score in the last 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden now we're trying to score. But this is what you should be doing. From that first whistle.
I agree.
And it's just so disappointing. You get all excited and worked up for it, and then it just, everything just drops.
You're used to this disappointment as a Spurs fan.
Oh yeah, of course I am. Yeah. I mean, I've been a Spurs fan since a boy, but I've never seen us lift it. 2008, but apart from that, I've not seen anything. I've only really started properly going to games this season as well. Been to pretty much every home game, but it is a obviously there's risk that you will lose games, but it was just at the end of the day, I don't care if we lose, as long as we show I do care, but you know what I mean. I care that I don't care if we lose to a team like Man City or a team like Liverpool, but we're putting up a fight. We're playing well. We're actually pressing. We score goals, or we're at least a bit of passion from the players. We've had no even fouls and stuff. There's no one's bothering to give them a bit of stick. Let them know you're there. Okay, Brighton rolling around on the floor, but if they're rolling around on the floor, go and say something to them. Just show a bit of passion. It's so we were second men to every single ball. Brighton were on it all the time, and Emerson Royale playing on the right hand side, he just can't play it. I mean, think about it. It's the beginning of the season. Now I'm sat here missing Matt Doherty. I mean, that says something about the game, doesn't it?
Pitch football outside Spurs Stadium. With me, I've got some Mexican supporting Spurs fans. Welcome, lads. How are you?
Thank you very much. We're doing well. Always good to come watch the Spurs play.
Love that. Yeah. How did this affiliation with Spurs Football Club start for yourself?
Well, our grandfather actually was living here pre-Second World War, and he's always been a fan, so he kind of passed it on to my father, and then my father passed it on to us. So lifelong Spurs fans.
We came for him, to honor the memory of our grandfather.
Yeah, love that. Could have picked a better team for you guys to follow.
Yeah, we could have picked a better team. I mean, I do know they have the most ties in the league, and unfortunately it looked like we were heading towards the tie, so it's just kind of some last-minute woes. Always happens in football, unfortunately.
Are there other Spurs fans in Mexico?
Yeah.
My grandfather.
Yeah, we still need an official fan club, so maybe we'll start it off.
Love that. When I say the word Spursy, what goes through your mind?
I would say like family in a way, very united. Everybody's always cheering for the team, even though there's always some hard feelings. Everybody kind of comes together at the end of the game, so it's always a really nice time.
Give me your thoughts on today's match, 0-0 draw with Brighton. How do you assess the performance of the players?
Well, actually, they scored here at the end, Brighton, so it wasn't a 0-0.
Wow, you're joking me.
Yeah.
This is breaking news.
Yeah, they scored right in the last minute, so it's kind of why we stepped out a little bit early. But overall, it was quite good. A bit slow at the start. Son and Kane, they could have made a couple more runs. But, we scored 4 goals last game. Son had his nice hat trick, so you can't be too sad all the time.
Son 3 goals behind Mohamed Salah in the goal-scoring charts and no penalties from him. How proud are you of his achievements this season?
I would say very much so. They're great lads out there playing. They always play quite. Tottenham always plays very clean. Brighton was kind of throwing themselves around, so it's always good.
Helder pitch football. We're outside Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We just witnessed a 0-0 draw with Brighton. Can you give me your instant reaction to the game, sir?
I don't know. It's pretty much typical Tottenham, isn't it? Because we've had some sensational results over the last few weeks, and then coming here today, I thought. Yeah, this might be a struggle. I didn't see an opportunity really today. It was just a bit of a damp squib and disappointing. But yeah, onwards and upwards and top 4.
A bit of a boring game today in general.
I think they're well organised, aren't they, Brighton? No, they looked like they knew what they were doing, and I don't know. I didn't see any kind of. I was in a different position today actually in the ground, and I was like right down on sort of pitch level, and I don't know. They defended very, very well, and they contained us, and yeah. So the next game, Brentford, my hometown, and hopefully we'll turn it around there. But I mean. It's Spurs. We're not going to win every game. I just want us to finish in that top 4, keep hold of Conte and Son, and that's it. That's what I want.
Let's talk a little bit about the race for top 4. 2 points in front of Arsenal, who do have 2 games in hand. Are you confident Tottenham Hotspur can get that Champions League spot?
I think when you look at the run-in, I mean, 100%. We've got more appealing fixtures than Arsenal, but then saying that, it's a 0-0 against Brighton today. So I don't know. I think we're in the box seat, and I really think that's key. Forget about the players, the manager, and the way that he sort of spun it round, and all of a sudden scoring goals for fun. Yes. Every time Son gets in front of goal, you think, he's going to score. He's going to score. He's going to score. Kane had that like season or two ago. You thought he's going to score. He's going to score. Now Son seems to have that, which is like wow. You know, you're looking at it on TV and you think, yeah, that's a goal. So yeah, I think holding on to the manager is absolutely key, and the club have got to go all out to just keep him and just give him what he wants. And you know, I remember Conte actually saying, I don't know if it was Mind Games, you know, that those two guys they brought in from Juventus who have been sensational. Oh well, our squad is weaker now. It just, you know, it's not. It's you know, other than Royale. Romero, sensational, but I'm not keen on Royale. I'd like Sessegnon to come back into the side because he can cross a ball, and he looks like he takes on defenders, and he's got a bit about him. Royale, not for me, but you know, hopefully we can do it.
Quite finally, a lot of speculation regarding Harry Kane. Do you think he'll be a Tottenham Hotspur player next season?
Do you know? It's one of those sort of things where I'm not that worried about that anymore. Do you know? I think Kane has been sensational for us, and I think he doesn't owe the club anything. And it's one of those sort of things where, yeah, I'd love him to be at Tottenham next season, but if he's not and he wants to move on and he wants to go to a club where he's got like trophy potential, then good luck. I really don't see it as like. I don't see it as like a negative in a way. I see it as kind of, if he goes, I will. Different from when Berbatov went. I was absolutely devastated then. But I think I don't see it. I don't see it in the same way with Harry Kane. I really don't. But there we go.